Good morning, everyone. In this class, we are going to discuss about the spatial anatomy of inequality in urban centers. Urban poverty is not just an economic statistics. It is a physical place with a specific architecture, logic, and geography. This class will explore the landscape of the divided city. Poverty has a different shape in the city: rural poverty and urban poverty. Rural poverty is dispersed and hidden deprivation. On the other hand, urban poverty is concentrated and visible exclusion. Core definition: urban poverty is a multidimensional spatial phenomenon. It is defined by a deprivation, inadequate housing, basic services like water and sanitation, healthcare facilities, and social security. On the other hand, the urban paradox: the poor are physically close to wealth, yet structurally cut off from it. This is a basic distinction between rural poverty and urban poverty. How urban poverty is manufactured? First of all, rapid urbanization. Rural migration meets housing shortage and structural inequality, wealth concentration in elite enclaves, and both leads to the catalyst: industrial restructuring, decline of formal jobs and new labor policy, privatization and withdrawal of welfare, and ultimately lead to the overwhelmed city, that is unequal development and congestion. Okay, there are two key drivers: population pressure and structural inequalities. The visible divide: anatomy of a slum, lack of durable housing. This type of housing prevail in slum area. Then insufficient living space, high density, like this. Lack of safe water, lack of sanitation, and hazard-prone location, insecure tenure. Slum represents a failure of formal planning systems. Examples: Dharavi in Mumbai, Kibera in Nairobi, and Rosinha in Rio. The invisible workforce: the formal economy, regulated and taxed, and informal sector, unregulated and unregistered. Okay, basically these are illegal activities, illegal economic activities prevailing in the city centers, city areas. Scale: in India, 80 to 90% of the workforce operates here. And key insights: informality is structural, not temporary. It provides survival for millions while subsidizing the formal city. The cycle of risks: marginalized zones, unemployment plus frustration plus weak policing ultimately lead to crime hotspots, petty theft and delinquency, organized crime and drug trade, and gender-based violence. And correction: poverty does not cause crime, inequality and exclusion do. Okay, it will be correction. We need to mitigate the inequality and exclusion to reduce the crime rate in urban centers. Walls without bricks: social exclusion, urban ghettos, migrant families, minority communities, inputs in slum residents, housing market cost, and ultimately leads to the housing market cost, increasing healthcare access, and digital exclusion. Exclusion is a systematic process where specific groups are filtered out of the benefits of urban life. And this is the peripheral settlement. Mapping poverty: where does it live? The donut, the sprawl, the vertical. In donut, there is a suburb area and inner city post-industrial area. Is known as inner city decay, post-industrial. The sprawl, city center core. This is city center core, and this is the peripheral squatter settlements. And the vertical, penthouse, quarters and slums, and basement. Vertical segregation. Okay, this is the three diagrams of mapping poverty in urban areas. The ripples of neglect: social, malnutrition, health crisis, educational inequality, environmental pollution exposure, climate vulnerability, economic low productivity, intergenerational and poverty trap, political lack of representation, urban unrest. Okay, these are four basic consequences of urban inequalities. These four dimensions act as interconnected forces, amplifying each other to create a cycle of systematic disadvantages and societal instability. The theoretical perspective, the Marxist view, urban poverty is a result of capitalist exploitation and spatial inequalities structural. Dependency theory, global south cities are shaped and drained by unequal global economic systems. Political ecology, focused on environmental injustice and hazard exposure in poor neighborhoods. Right to the city, Henry Levy, the poor are denied access to urban resources and decision making poor. These are four basic perspectives, basic type of theoretical frameworks to study the urban inequalities and segregation. Now, breaking the cycle, policy responses. Problems are problems, slums, solutions in situ rehabilitation, upgrading without displacement. Exclusion, solution is inclusion, urban planning, affordable housing and transit. Informal vulnerability, solution is recognition and identity and legal status and social security. Problem hunger, solution social protection, food security networks. Urban poverty is a multidimensional spatial phenomenon. To solve it, we must stop treating it as a temporary nuisance. Plan for equity, plan for integration, and plan for recognition. Okay, that's all for today. In this class, we have discussed about urban inequalities. If you have any doubt and query, just let me know in the comment section. Thanks for watching. Thank you.